Alright, so let's have this next sample problem. So this next sample problem, actually, this is coming from our previous sample problem, which is the analysis in the analysis portion where we need to determine if the section is adequate, can adequately support the loadings in our given beam, which is nalaman natin dito using the utilization ratio. Okay? So you may watch that previous video and then proceed kayo after ninyong mapanood yun. Kasi ang gagawin na natin dito kasi class, we need to redesign the reinforcement considering the one layer of arrangement. Of course, same pa rin yung mga givens natin dito from the analysis portion. And then, we need to redesign. No? So, ilan na yung mga bakal na magkakasya dito sa ating beam. Okay? So, what we need to do here is we need to determine or we need to check first the given beam itself kasi dito tayo babase for our design moment. And kung titignan natin under the preliminary steps, okay? So we need to determine first the effective depth, okay? So effective depth considering first yung ating section na this is a single layer. And by the way, kung mapapansin ninyo na yung ating effective depth ay nasa ilalim po siya kasi nga given nga na yung ating beam is a cantilever beam. Na-explain ko na dito kung bakit nasa itaas yung mga reinforcements. Kasi nga kapag deflect na po yung ating cantilever beam, yung top fiber portion ng ating beam is nakakaranas ngayon ng tension while yung nasa baba naman is nakakaranas ng compression. Okay? So mabalik tayo. So we need to determine the effective depth. And best to assume that this is single layer so that we will use this formula para makuha natin yung location muna ng centroid. Considering that we have concrete cover, diameter of stirrups, and the diameter of our main reinforcement. Okay? So substitute everything. So ang makukuha natin ditong effective depth, this is now equal to 290 millimeters. So of course, part rin ng ating design is the value for our beta 1. Our beta 1 here is depend on our F'(C). And our F'(C) here is 35 megapascal. So that it will now underfall on this second formula or second condition natin, which is by utilization or by utilizing this formula, ang makukuha nating beta 1 is now equal to 0.8. Okay? So, we can now proceed in the determination of our design strength moment. Kasi nga, class, hindi nga given dito yung bending moment directly. Ang binigay lang sa atin dito is the condition of our beam. And if we will consider first our load cases here or our load types, meron tayong given na uniform load. So meron tayo ditong uniform load and then we have also two load cases here, which is the dead load and the live load only. So ibig sabihin lang po nun, para makuha natin yung ultimate uniform load, what we need to do here is we need to determine using this load combination. So by simply substitute yung ating dead load and live load, so ang makukuha natin ditong ultimate uniform load is now equal to 26.4 kilonewton per meter. So, ganun din yung gagamitin natin or yung gagawin natin for our concentrated load. Since yung given ulit dito is dead load and live load only, so same pa rin yung load combinations natin. 1.2 dead load and 1.6 live load. So, ang makukuha natin dito for the ultimate concentrated load is now equal to 47 kilonewton. Ngayon, ito na yung magiging challenge dito sa sample problem na ito. Kasi kailangan natin dito kumuha ng ultimate load or yung ultimate bending moment natin. So sabi ko nga sa inyo, para makakuha kayo ng ultimate bending moment which is the maximum value of the moment under the ultimate condition or considering the factored loads. Ang pwede nyong gawin kasi dito, pwede kayong gumamit ng moment diagram. Kaya lang, from the previous sample problem, para mas mapabilis tayong kumuha ng ating ultimate bending moment, especially kapag ang given dito is only a cantilever, alam naman natin na ang maximum bending moment ay nagaganap palagi sa support. So why not to utilize the summation of moment sa ating support? So we will use this formula. So of course, you may take your time para ma-derive yung ating ultimate bending moment sa support. So let's try to substitute it. Okay? Para ang makukuha nating ultimate bending moment or the demand bending moment that we will use sa ating design is now equal to 146.8 kilonewton meters. So ibig sabihin lang nito, sa redesign portion natin, ang basehan ng ating number of reinforcement ay manggagaling dito sa bending moment na ito, which is 146.8 kilonewton meters. Okay, so ulitin ko, ito yung magiging value ng ating load demand. So ibig sabihin lang nito, we can now proceed for our steel ratio limits. Kasi importante na makita natin if the section can qualify as a singly reinforced beam or a doubly reinforced beam. So of course, tignan muna natin yung ating maximum steel ratio, which is based on this derived formula. And then substitute lang natin, no? So direct substitute lang naman yung mga given natin so that our maximum steel ratio is now equal to 0.0246. So ganun din yung mangyayari for our minimum steel ratio. So of course, dalawang minimum steel ratio yung kailangan nating i-determine. And under this first minimum steel ratio, ang makukuha nating value dito is 0.0036. Ganun din yung gagawin natin for the second minimum steel ratio. So that our second minimum steel ratio is now equal to 0.0034. Okay. So, of course, sa ating minimum steel ratio, since dalawa yan, kailangan nating mamili ng isa. Okay? So, it should be the largest among these two values. And very obvious that our minimum steel ratio is now equal to 0.0036. So, ano lang ang ibig sabihin niyan? Ang ibig sabihin lang po niyan, class, is ito na po yung gagamitin natin as the value for our criteria. Para kapag nakuha na natin yung ating actual steel ratio, we can now compare on these two limits. Okay? Lalo na dito, in comparison with our maximum steel ratio. Kasi once again class, kapag lumagpas po yung ating actual steel ratio sa maximum steel ratio, ibig sabihin lang po nun is magiging doubly reinforcement na po yung ating beam. Okay? But tingnan muna natin, no? Kasi dito tayo next na gagawin, which is the determination of the actual steel ratio. Obviously, using this derived formula and substitute na natin yung ating given natin. So of course, please take note, ang goal natin sa singly reinforced beam in the design ay dapat makapag-design tayo ng tension controlled section. So ibig sabihin lang po nun, dapat ang gagamitin nyo ditong steel ratio, the value of the strength reduction factor is equal to 0.9. Okay? So solve lang natin ito class at ang makukuha ninyong actual steel ratio is 0.0221. So let's compare with our minimum steel ratio and the maximum steel ratio. And it finds out na in comparison with our minimum steel ratio is hindi pa lumalagpas yung ating or hindi pa bumababa yung ating actual steel ratio. So okay po yun. So in comparison with our maximum steel ratio, as you can see here, hindi pa lumalagpas yung ating actual steel ratio sa maximum steel ratio. That's why we can qualify this section as the design for our singly supported beam or singly reinforced beam. Okay? So, by the way, please take note na yung ating tension ay nasa itaas. So, ibig sabihin, andito yung ating main reinforcement. And then, yung ating compression ay nasa baba so that yung kanyang compression block ay nasa baba rin. Okay? So, now, let's determine how many reinforcement that will fit in our beam. So, of course, we can use yung ating formula for the steel area or total number of area for our tensile reinforcement. So, substitute lang natin to once again. ang makukuha natin dito for the total steel area in our reinforcement is now equal to 1,603.369 square millimeter. Okay? So that kapag nalaman nyo na yung total steel area, of course, pwede na nating malaman dito kung ilang reinforcement yung magkakasya sa ating tension. Okay, so using this formula, i-divide lang natin dito yung area ng isang 20 millimeters. Okay, so yung isang area ng ating 20 square millimeter, so divide lang natin doon sa kanyang total steel area. So ang makukuha natin dito for our number of 20 millimeter diameter is now equal to 5.104. Kaya lang, class, ang gusto natin maging value dito ay exact. So that we need to round it up so that ang gagamitin natin dito for our main reinforcement is now equal to 16 pieces of 20 millimeters diameter. So, ibig sabihin lang nito, yung sa design natin or sa given dito kanina, ideally, dapat hindi ka na dadalawang layer. Kasi kapag nagdalawang layer ka, ang mangyayari is baka mag-fail yung load demand natin versus sa capacity. So, para at least retain lang yung ating dimension, so para ang gagawin lang natin, rearrange lang natin tong section na ito into a single layer so that ito ay magiging 6 pieces of 20 millimeters diameter. So that pwede niyang ma-accommodate yung load demand coming from this loading natin sa ating cantilever